together with Lily, we visited in Bahia a remarkable place. Since we cannot travel today, it's very important for us to have some holiday also today. And so we will take you there and to speak with Wilbert D.A.S, who is one of the designers and owners and initiators and agitators and activists of this project. I was not in a good place in my life. I just lost my partner, Anton. So I was in deep mourning, and it was also raining. It's not supposed to rain in Bahia when we visited this place. However, through all that mind fog and fog, I was completely enthralled with this place. And after 3 days, walking, going to the beach when there was a bit of sun, swimming, talking with Bob and Wilbert a lot, and looking around and wondering, I started to understand that I was visiting something quite unique in this world. I've been in many, many hotels, as you can imagine, but I had never seen anything like this. This is an environment which is as close as you can go to get to paradise. And what is very unique about this is that it's absolutely a circular situation where the relationship with the local people, the relationship with the workforce, the relationship with the children, the learning facilities which are organized, the teaching of sports, of language, of gardening, where most importantly, possibly, every little thing, every doorknob, every faucet, every big and little thing has been designed by Wilbert. This makes that this hotel is so uniquely positioned because nobody can ever copy this. Everything is original, 100%. I've never experienced a thing like this. There's nothing made in China, or, you know, it's a total experience of authenticity and of very great love of that space and that people. And I think it's a very beautiful celebration of another way of looking at Brazil.
Well,
Wilbert, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Well, that's a very nice introduction, Lee. And hi, Lily, and thank you for inviting me for this World Hope Forum. Yes, as you said, it was very nice that we met after many, many years. Again, as you know, well, we're both Dutch, and we both studied at the same Academy of Arts. I grew up as a farmer's son in the south of Holland, and after having studied fashion and art at an art D.A.S in Holland, I went and did my only job that I've ever done in my life, which was a fashion designer / creative director at a big jeans company. It's called Diesel in Italy. I did that for 21 years. And after having had the most amazing time of my life, creating things in a speed that was incredible, with a joy and a passion that was amazing, it came to a certain moment in my life that this speed and the greed and the pressure of the fashion system became too much. And I also couldn't really stand behind this as an idea of living anymore. And so in a moment of around 2005, 2004, I accidentally happened to come to Trancoso through the recommendation of a friend, and ended up in this amazing place, which after 1 week here, I completely fell in love with the people, with the nature, with the abundance and the lushness of the fauna and the flora. the hospitality of the Bahian people, the inventiveness of the Brazilians, and just this idea of that you're really, really living. I always thought Brazil is a country where emotions are very strong. All feelings are very strong. They're kind of amplified, and so it is a very nice. Well, it was almost natural that I would come to this place immediately. So I decided to give up my career as a creative director. And at the same time, I was giving up this career. I was building this hotel that first was going to be a design studio, but then actually happened to become a hotel. And it happened to become a hotel because it was so easy to work with the people here. And the people were, for some reason, even if I didn't speak Portuguese at that time, the people were very receptive to my feelings, and everything that I asked for got exactly made in the same way that I was kind of hoping for, and many of the times it was actually much better. So I'll try to show you a little bit of what we are and what we did. I have to share the screen. So I'm not good in doing presentations because I've stepped out of the system many years ago. And so let's hope I can do that now. Is it working?
Yes, it is working. It's perfect.
Okay. So I started to envision this place first as a home, then as a afterwards as a place for to invite people, and as a sort of a hotel. The idea was a casa hotel because I wanted to make a hotel the way I like to go on holiday, the way I like to live when I'm on holiday, and which is in like a very personal environment. It is as in somebody's home, but not the feeling that you're intruding in somebody's home. This was before Airbnb, before all this home sharing. This was in 2006, 2007. And so we kind of envisioned to make this kind of place in a place where nobody really thought of doing that. It was in the center of the town. This is the center of the town, which, as you can see, it is a very green town. It's very lush, overlooking the ocean. There's no cars in the center of the town. And for some reason, not many people thought about building luxury hotel neighboring lots and lots of native families right in the middle of the hustle and bustle of a center. But for some reason we did it. We thought that was the way to do it, and to make sort of a luxury experience that is inclusive rather than exclusive. And the way that we did that is by making these beautiful old fishermen's homes that have been there since 1500s, since the discovery of Brazil by the Portuguese. And this town was kind of locked off from the rest of Brazil until, let's say, the 80s. Locked off from the rest of the Brazil, let's say, because inside they had, of course, a lovely community going on. By the 80s, hippies started to come and discover this place. Later, artists, and then later on, the Brazilian elite and artist community. And with our coming and other people, of course, it has become now a sort of a place for also an international traveler guest, let's say. So what we did is this is actually my partner Bob, which we did it together with. We both worked at Diesel. We had a relationship for a long time, and went into this adventure together, and still are, of course. And then we created this sort of a paradise inside of an abandoned garden, which was behind one of the fishermen's houses that we initially started with. So the contact, as you can see, with nature is incredibly big. The abundance of nature also in general in Brazil is amazing. And this garden, we started with already quite a lot of adult plants, but since we've arrived until now, this garden has become a total jungle, with all the animals coming back as a result of that. We have a lot of contact with the animals daily. So this is an example of the type of luxury, the way we saw luxury could be. Luxury for me is, in the end, is space. It is materials that have a life. It is light, and it is just a pure comfort, but that makes you feel as if you're part of that village, of that community. Not that you're an exclusive intruder, but these type of homes you actually sit in and you feel like you live there, and it's a totally different vibe as a tourist. So we started working with lots of local artisans, carpenters, weavers, people that work with rattan, and a lot with reclaimed wood, reclaimed doors, reclaimed tiles. Not because we had such a not because the idea was sustainability. We actually never thought about a concept of eco sustainability. This was already for me then a kind of a dangerous fashion word, because I've seen a lot of examples that were not, that used the word and then didn't do it. So in the end, for me, it was, I'm just going to do what I'm good at. Sort of a lazy approach also, because I only wanted to work with people that were next door. So I didn't want to travel to the next city, because the next city was an hour and a half from here. I ended up working with all these people that are literally living next door, and we made an amazing. They had made amazing results because of that. And also, we were creating a style that was already present in there, but I think I think my designer background gave me this feeling that we could kind of sample all the best that I've seen there and create it into an even more defined style that then became our brand. So as you see, we're only in 7,000 square meter of a hotel in the center of town, but it feels as if you're in the middle of the jungle. And it also feels as if these houses have been here forever. It's only 10 years, only 12 years, let's say. So some of the things that we did, because I had a sort of an aversion against everything that's industrialized, I really wanted to make something that, as Lee told you, that you couldn't buy anywhere. That you can't go to a shop and buy. So the showers we made out of eucalyptus trunks. Again, by accident, it was a very nice talk with a carpenter that said that he could do it, and in 2 hours he came back with a working sample. When I wasn't happy with any of the faucets that I could find in this area, and also because it's a very small town. We decided to make our own faucets out of this copper tubing, the hydraulic copper tubing. So all of our faucets are just handmade, and again gave that a very original kind of feeling. Now the thing is that what has had an amazing impact on our community is that now this style has become very, very popular, and everybody is starting to do it. The wooden showers, all the things that we kind of started have become quite popular in our community. And the people, the artisans that were very not so highly regarded at that time when we started to make things, they all have like companies now. They all have their own companies. They all have a good life at the moment, and the whole artisan industry in our town has become bigger and bigger. So this has made us the most proud, I guess, of our effect on this little community. At the same time, UXUA means marvelous in the Pataxó language, and I've been connected with the neighboring aldea, the indigenous village that is an hour and a half from here, an hour and a half south, and we've been working with and we've befriended with a few of these Indians for a while. And some 6 years ago, I started to work and make products also with one of the guys that I knew. This is Tapurimai, Pataxó, and he started. We started making together reclaimed textiles that are painted in the indigenous graphics, and this is so we started making products that we use in our homes, but also started to make a shop in which he would paint these the fabrics or these products or bags or whatever, and starting to give this indigenous graphism a more visibility, and as well creating a trend between young people in this tribe to focus more on this graphic art which now has become more and more important for them. It was always important for them as a body graphics, but it's also become a very important now way of making money, because there more and more people started doing it of the tribe. At the same time, after like a few years, one of my best friends, Peter from school, also joined me with the adventure here in Brazil. Also, he had a fashion career behind him, also tired of the speed and the pressure, and started to work with me on making projects. Since we worked in the denim industry, as you can see, we still love indigo, so we're making our own indigo vats and dyeing looms and dyeing pillows, old textiles, and weaving our own fabrics. We were also here. This is another guy, Evandro, that I've met 6 years ago, totally by accident. Started to do a tryout with him in 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks we made these amazing products. He was actually used to doing industrial weaving, always the same kind of tablecloths or placemats, and I decided to do more creative stuff with him and trying to make kaftans and carpets and plates and stuff like that. And I discovered that more and more that we work together, he has an amazing ability of putting colors and patterns together. And now we're 5 or 6 years later. He just was published in Casa Vogue with his products, and we are making an amazing line of kaftans that is selling every day. We can make one every day, or every other day, and we sell one every day. This is exactly what I wanted to achieve when I was in the fashion world, when we had to make 6,000 different products every 6 months, and you didn't know where it was going, you didn't know how it was made, didn't know where it was made. Here it's completely the opposite. I can make one product today. I know who is making it. The hotel guests see who is making their clothes. They pay a little bit more, but they love to pay that type of money because they know what it has been doing for the guy, and they know what it's been doing for the community. Now we're already 3 weavers in our little hotel, and so this community is only growing. So this is an example of some of the things that we are weaving with the indigo and also with other fabrics. This is my neighbor, the fisherman Manuel, who is he's actually wearing one of our kaftans and also one of our sunglasses that we made with reclaimed wood. Here also we started working with local ceramic artists. This is Zede Ceramica, and because we started to do a lot apart from the hotel, also other projects outside of the hotel, we started to make also lampshades, vases, all kinds of attributes for the home. And we started to make small productions with Zede Ceramica, and also this has just been growing. And also he now is a part of, he became quite important and famous person in the community right now. Same with the Ratan people. We also here we've done lots of products with dye. This guy that has been weaving for us since day one. And again, we're only doing things that are for us. We're never doing big productions. It's always small productions that are for the hotel or for somebody to buy in our shop. At the same time, we're starting to, the more that our story has been going on, we started going into more design pieces, sometimes with befriended artists, like the chair on the left from an Italian guy, Mauro Zolin, and the chair on the right is one of my chairs that was made in demolition wood from all the old beams from demolished farm. And as well as this one, which is made from demolition Brauna wood, which is one of my favorite woods from here. Always with Robinho, that has always been by my side for the last 10 years, let's say, helping us creating whatever we want to do. He's helping us because he's a carpenter himself. So when we started to come into this village, we saw a few things that are really interesting for us that were not really that appreciated in general. This in 2008, we started 2007, 2008. We started to see the capoeira movement. Here, there's a capoeira school which has become quite big already lately and went all over the world. It's Capoeira Sul da Bahia by Mestre Railson. And we see in the capoeira one of the most amazing educational and sports forms, because capoeira is a beautiful dance fight sport to look at, but also it's one of the most inclusive sports I've ever seen, because it's all races, all ages and all sexes fighting together, and with completely no prejudice. I've never seen old guy fighting with a 10-year-old girl with completely respect, and in the center of town. This also has been very important for us. So we kind of decided to support them, and we've been doing that now for 13 years, and it has been growing and growing. This is I'm not sure if this is working. Short movie of that.
Capoeira contagia a gente já. E quando o negócio é gostoso, a roda fica desse jeito. O negócio vem de outro nível. Parece que baixa um santo, baixa um espírito ali, e ali a energia sobe daquele jeito. É uma mágica, é mágico esse negócio. É uma coisa contagiante. Expressar isso é uma coisa difícil. Viver não é fácil.
Okay. So there for my. Also, we're after this, we've entered quite heavily in terms of education also into our village, because this village was a village that had a fame already in Brazil, but at the same time, there was a fame for 1 month of the year, let's say 2 months of the year. The rest, the other 10 months of the year were kind of spent into poverty, and therefore not really a very good environment for young kids to grow up. The schools were not very good. So we decided to go very heavily into education, first of all with our own staff, and this we kind of succeeded quite well in, with English lessons and tourism lessons for our own people. Then we started to work with a program to create. This was a 2020. We wanted to have 20 students studying in university. We almost succeeded. I think we have 16. Which so they, beside their job, they're also doing university study, and we will pay half of their study. So this is an incentive that it seems quite normal maybe for us from Europe, but here this is a very big, makes a very big difference, and I can see that effect on the community. And also on the other hotels that are around here in the area, they feel the pressure also to do that type of actions. So it's only spreading this type of actions that we're doing together with people. At the same time, we're working with a group of. We created a sort of a group of environmental activists. This was years before the pandemic. It's a group called Trancoso, in which we took the coolest kids of town and make a sort of a group of 10 students that would be studying environmental activism, and we'd have audiovisual lessons, all the environmental lessons, and we would create this way a sort of a trend inside the town to make activism the cool thing to be involved in, environmental activism. Because also, of course, with all the tourism that is fortunately and unfortunately, it's growing. But the unfortunate thing is that deforestation is a very big part of this properties development. So having created more activists, this will be a very good investment for our future, so people are more aware of that. Actually, the reason that we're here is the nature itself. So we're teaching with the kids and the old farmers from here around, and also we're working together with chefs from around Brazil and the world to create a better focus on organic production of food. And therefore we created 3 years ago an organic festival in which we show ways that to our own community. It's not a tourism thing that we did here. This is really a festival for our community to show the potential and the beauty of organic food. So I think I have here also, here I have a video.
Dê água pra ela beber, me dê roupa pra ela vestir, saúde pra dar e vender. Dê paz pra ela descansar, adubo pra ela crescer, dê rosas pra ela enfeitar.
This started actually another movement, so we don't stop. we don't want to we don't want to take for granted what we have, and we want to continue on looking for different ways to show the beauty of the environment in which we live. So we started to work with a nutrologo, so like a medical, like actually a doctor that is specialized in nutrition. And with him, we are doing a lot of work on finding out exactly what we can do with the nutrition that we can find in the fruits around us, in the forests around us, and in the gardens around us. So every day he creates new juices, new creams, new oils, and we're inventing more and more things that also we can be using in our menu. And at the same time, we can have a direct contact with a medical doctor that's in the center of the hotel, talking about all the properties of the Brazilian fruits from the Mata Atlântica. The Mata Atlântica, which is actually like the Amazon, an amazing forest full of biodiversity. I think it actually has even more biodiversity than the Amazon itself. And it is very, very, it is really at the point of endangered because of the deforestation that's happening all around us. These are just example of the things that we are creating. We're creating our own ice creams, all the things with stuff from our own garden. The whole wellness part of it is quite important also in our place. So we want people to feel as good as possible with nature. But I actually find that the fact that people come here and encounter life again bare feet, without cars, without asphalt, with a direct connection to real materials that are not lacquered, that are not industrial. I think that is actually maybe the best part of wellness that we are bringing to our people without even knowing. I think it is for me always was one of the most the place that puts you back on earth. These are some examples of the things that we are creating lately. We're going forward and creating new environments for people that want to have that same kind of lifestyle. And these are some examples of the projects that we've been doing over the last years, let's say, always with the one criteria. We never cut one tree. We always keep the trees that are on the place, and we work around that. So this is what I kind of wanted to say. I don't know if I missed something, Lee.
Well, it's I loved your soundtrack. The bird was so perfect. Because
I'm living in an enchanted garden.
Yeah, it really felt like we were being there. It you know, I'm dying to come back. I hope that this COVID will allow us one day again to be there. And I wanted to tell our audiences that we are together working on a book about this amazing, I don't know even if we can call this a hotel. This is really much more a whole chain of events, which also has a hotel. And so that book is going to recall all these different disciplines and all these ways of innovating the way we look at things. And this book will be, I think, ready in April somewhere. It's almost done. So we will let you know at that time, where you can find that book to already travel before you can travel, actually. Yeah, I think it's, for me, it's a very beautiful example of where we can be in the future, and also your personal testimony of why you stopped doing fashion and how do you realize that a new life with that same creativity is also, I think, giving a lot of hope to people thinking about doing similar steps in their life. So thank you very much.
It is
Thank you
possible.
for everything.
Thank you.